It's cobblestone. The answer to the title and the thumbnail, it's cobblestone. This classic gray block is the most powerful block in all of the Create mod. And I know you guys are already thinking, oh yeah, of course you can do an iron farm. And some of you even know you could do a gold farm. But why does that make it the most powerful? Because there's other ways to get gold and iron. But I promise you, this does it better. And it's not just gold and iron, it's gravel and sand and flint and clay and a whole slew of other things. How? That's how powerful Cobble is. It summoned the Wandering Trader, although maybe that's not a good power of it. What really makes Cobble powerful is not just what it can make, but how much of it you can get in such a short and easy amount of time. And no, I'm not talking about this method. A cobblestone generator is not the only way to get cobblestone if you have the Create mod. It's good, it's fine, and you could even go in and speed up the speed, right? But you're always waiting on the lava to update. Now, some of you guys know where I'm going with this and have seen Tango Tech's video on this. He did a Let's Play video 7 months ago where he introduced a phenomenal new way to mine cobblestone. If you haven't seen it, link in the description, but I'm going to go over it right now. And trust me, if you know this, you'll understand why cobblestone is the most powerful block in the game. And this is just step 1. The version of this farm I'm building is 7 by 8, but it can be as long as you want. It has to be 8 blocks in one direction, but in the other direction, you're essentially completely unrestricted. And then from the 7 by 8, you're going to build out 2 things of glass. And I know this looks absolutely nothing like a cobblestone farm, but it is, and it is the best way to do it. Then all you got to do is glue this platform together and attach it to 2 linear chassis like this. Slap a sticky mechanical piston so it pushes outwards, and then give it a single length. Chests along the inside of the glass like this. You're not going to glue these down. You've already glued everything you need to. And then run glass along the back here. You can pull it all the way out if you want some extra safety so the items don't go flying everywhere. You're going to take yourself some water and fill along the glass line. It'll flow right to the end like this, and we're seriously almost done. Now on the underside of all this andesite, hold shift and place down pumps. That will place them so that they're facing upwards. Alright, so I'm going to connect these all with pipes with the creative mode command, and you can see, bam, oh, there it is. Now I'm going to go to the center. I don't even think this has to be in the center, but you are going to place down a single source of lava. Yes, you have heard me correctly. It is one single source of lava, and then all you have to do is power one of the pumps with the cog, and the rest of them will go. It does not matter the speed. In fact, I would even imagine having it run slowly is best. You'll see everything fills up with lava, but the lava source isn't consumed. Sources are only consumed when they're placed, and this, my friends, is where the magic happens. If I grab ourselves a gear shift and a lever, we can see why this farm is so powerful. So, placing this guy down, it's going to be spinning at 64 RPM. Lever on the top, and flick, flick. Yep. I suppose this cog should probably be somewhere else, just so that it's not messing with anything. But yeah, and the lava's still there, and we just generated 56 pieces of cobblestone. Yep. So if you're sitting here thinking, what the heck is even happening, you really should check out Tango Tech's video, link in the description. Just as an overview, it abuses a few different mechanics. Essentially, every single one of these pumps places a teensy tiny amount of lava without consuming its source, which generates cobblestone, and it can only do that while the piston pushes the platform, turning it into an entity. When it stops being an entity, so it reaches the end, it breaks all of the blocks that were placed inside of it and pops it off. So that's how this farm works. And yeah, you can see it's exceptionally easy to get a lot of cobblestone. All you have to do is hook this thing up to a tiny little timer, and it's infinite cobblestone extremely quickly. So this is a resource that we can get an absolute ridiculous amount of in a small period of time, and that's why it's the most powerful, because of what you can farm with it. One thing I doubt anyone here doesn't know is that cobblestone can be crushed into gravel, and gravel then washed into both flint and iron nuggets. And by the way, the more fans you have affecting an area, the faster it's processed. Fun little fact for you guys. And yeah, you can see iron and flint. So that's really cool, but maybe less people, but still many people know that this same process, or a similar process, applies to a gold farm. Now, for gold farming, a lot of people know that you can take cobblestone, crush it into gravel, crush that into sand, filter out the flint and clay, haunt it into soul sand, and then wash that soul sand into quartz and gold. But looking at this, you can see this is very much more of a quartz farm than it is a gold farm. The best way to do the gold farm is a lot more complicated, but of course it yields some better results. You're still going to crush it into sand like normal, but you're going to only filter out the flint. You'll keep the clay and wash the sand into clay, compact it into blocks of clay, smelt that into blocks of terracotta, grind that into red sand, wash that into dead bushes and gold nuggets. The chances are a lot better. And this is really the best way to gold farm, but all three of these farms combined together powers cobblestone to the absolute maximum. Because with infinite cobble, infinite iron nuggets, and infinite quartz, you have infinite granite, diorite, and andesite. With all that, you can hook up this incredible machine that makes you completely infinite andesite alloy. I mean, just like that, infinite andesite alloy for the cost of just a few mechanical crafters. You have your quartz and cobblestone turning into diorite, your diorite and cobblestone turning into andesite, your andesite and iron nuggets turning into andesite alloy, and that's pretty amazing. And hey, you know, if the mechanical crafters are too expensive, well, then you can take all the similar resources, but do something different. You can take flint, you can take gravel and an infinite lava source, and have them stamp into andesite blocks. Then that, with your nuggets, is mixed into andesite alloy. So there's a completely other way to make andesite alloy if you don't want to use the quartz and you don't want to use the mechanical crafters. And with all of this set out, that means you've automated everything you need for a precision mechanism, the gold and the andesite alloy, except for just the wood. You see, iron nuggets, infinite. Gold, infinite. The shafts needed, infinite. The only thing is planks, which of course cobblestone cannot produce planks, but that's just a measly tree farm. Now, there's a ton of ways to automate lava sources, but did you know that cobblestone could be one of them? For this to work, you need to have the Create Stuff and Additions add-on, which allows you to pour a healing potion onto a depot with cobblestone. It doesn't seem to work on a belt for some reason. I don't know why, but that's just how it worked for me. It might work differently for you. And then you can automatically make a bunch of netherrack. So if I were to send this going, you can see we can automatically make netherrack, which means we can combine it with eggs and sugar, or crush it, then combine it with eggs and sugar to make the blaze cake bases. And then all this system needs is a jump start with one lava bucket into an item drain. And there we go. Take the cobblestone, mix it on top of the superheated blaze, and you have yourself a very much fully self-sustaining. We only put one bucket of lava into this thing, and we're already generating, what is that, half a bucket in excess in addition to what we used. So you can see this is a forever generator, and you just need one of the add-ons. And once again, it's just it's cobblestone. Now you're thinking potion of healing. Could cobblestone help me with potion of healing? Of course cobblestone could help you with potion of healing. You need a glistering melon. Guess what a glistering melon is made out of? Boom. Gold nuggets. We're farming that. So you can be making infinite andesite alloy, infinite gold, infinite lava, infinite iron, infinite gravel, infinite sand. That also means concrete. That means glass and any other building blocks, sandstone, quartz blocks. All of these things can come from just a really good cobblestone generator, which this one is a really good cobblestone generator. And remember, size in this case really doesn't matter, because you could just make it bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's so crazy. Now, although wooden planks can't come from cobblestone, sticks can come from cobblestone, because when you break a dead bush, you have a chance of getting a stick. So here we go, cobblestone turning into sticks, easy enough. You have one deployer placing your infinite dead bushes, another deployer in punch mode with just some random block in its hand. Make sure you're filtering out the sticks from inside of it so it can go into this chest, and although it is going to be painfully slow, I mean, I guess you could speed it up like this. You need a lot of dead bushes, but it is a bona fide stick farm without any trees. And just as a disclaimer, no, this might not be the best way to get all this stuff, of course. I like cobblestone. I'm talking about cobblestone. And I think each of these is really interesting. Like, I feel like you could have a really weird cobblestone-based create mod skyblock experience around all these mechanics. And we're not done yet. There's more to talk about. There's more we could do with cobblestone. Even better, you could take that amazing cinder flower stuff and hook it up to this machine. This is actually a vanilla recipe, I think. I think it's vanilla crepe, but the cinder flower, you need the add-on for just, well, I mean, I guess you don't need the add-on for it, but if you want this to be a cobble farm, you need the add-on for it. Turn it into redstone, mix it with the quartz, into rose quartz, polish it with some sandpaper. Sandpaper, of course, you made the sand from the cobblestone. Use yourself iron sheets from the iron nuggets you've made, and you have yourself infinite electron tubes. So, you know, late game, early game, mid game, pretty much everything cobblestone can automate. This works with gunpowder too. If you have potions of harming, you can make gunpowder. With gunpowder, you can make TNT. Oh, right, and can't forget that you can do this with a potion of night vision to get glowstone too, so that one's pretty cool. And here's the thing, I could say that we're done, I could say that we're finished here, but that's not necessarily true, because, you know, we have a gold farm. And do you know what a gold farm? Wow, that's pretty good. You know what a gold farm means? All of this stuff can be turned into gold ingots, which can be traded with piglins. Yeah, use your gold ingots to trade with the piglins. You know, I mean, this isn't a great way to do it, but it's proof of concept, and look at all the kind of stuff you can get. That's animal products, even more iron, gravel that can turn into more iron, blackstone, which you could get from cobblestone anyways with haunting, more quartz, spectral obsidian, like anything you can get from trading with piglins, you can get from cobblestone, and it's automatic. You can have a train, bring your gold, and drop it off. This is automatic, seriously automatic. So, cobble to obsidian, it exists. Cobble to crying obsidian also exists. I know it's not automatic, but if we're counting piglins, and we gotta really count villagers, and almost everything here can be given to villagers, especially from those main 3 gold farm stuff. The biggest one for me, I always like nether quartz. I mean, you can get so much nether quartz, and it's 12 a pop, and I mean, it's so much nether quartz, and then you have infinite emeralds, and if you have something like easy villagers, you could automate this, and with emeralds, I mean, cobblestone is everything. Cobblestone is diamond tools, and enchantments, and blocks, and seriously, cobblestone is everything. I mean, look at this. The floor is cobblestone. The sun, it's cobblestone. Me, I'm cobblestone. You're cobblestone. This video is cobblestone. But yeah, it's just a really cool block, and I wanted to talk about it. I just want to use this time to say thank you so much to the members of this channel. They are helping this channel and me become closer and closer to becoming a full-time content creator. So if that's something you'd be interested in, subscribe and become a member.